Welcome to Kĩgongona program. I am Jao Gĩkũyũ from JNS Science. Today we are looking at Mwenenyaga is the sole God. Mwenenyaga is the sole God. Now this means that Mwenenyaga is the only God because you know God is one. And remember, God's matter are pure. And the name will depend how God manifested, because people are created in communities, people had pure things, there have been infiltration, and I know people have been killed a lot. You know, even those programs are usually there because I tell you for sure creation is pure and harmless, and life was meant to be sweet, but then there are people who pretend. Even you see, even the militaries of the Europe and the US, they make viruses. The HIV was made in a laboratory, for real. And let me tell you, now there will be cosmic changes which will be experienced this century. It was even prophesied. You know, people like Isaiah, they know when you go to Isaiah 2:1-4. And for you to understand the Bible well, you need to be knowing that the Bible, the significant mountain, in spirituality referred to the Bible, is Mount Kĩrĩnyaga. Because Mount Kĩrĩnyaga, that's where God is dwelling, the creator. And I'm telling you, the name will depend how God manifested. People are not speaking the same language, and the context is mattering. Because you know, all this is having a reason. And even the creation, the things you can see, they are created by one God. And God is energy. God is not at one place. But then remember, God is also having a body. Because even you are having a body. And I tell you, you are energy carrier. You are carrying the energy of the things you are doing. Because the other things are not attached to you. You know, life after death is not the same like the life you are living on earth. Because right now, life is at a globe. You are just at a globe. Even there is gravity, which is restricting you from leaving the globe. Because reasons, let me tell you. But then when you die, even those radiations will not be affecting you. You will be a spirit. And what will determine, I'm telling you, is life on earth. The things you are doing. You know, God is law. God knew what you can do and cannot do. Because all resources you are doing are God-given. You are in a creation. All countries are at a globe. And this globe is orbiting the sun. And you know, the third one, when people are reading from the Mercury, 0.4 astronomical unit, and even the Venus, 0.7 astronomical unit. And for us, we are at 1 astronomical unit. Even Mars is closer to us, 1.5 astronomical unit. But then remember, it is not just about the solar system or the Milky Way. We have, 7 universes. There is a lot. When God is dwelling at Mount Kĩrĩnyaga, God is not physical. It's not about the physicalness. Even creation is not physical. This globe, which is orbiting the sun, it is not physical. When you die, that's when you realize that creation is energy allocation. You are the energies. And creation is pure. You know, sinning is abominable. But we have evil people who even use human rights and democracy just to defy the natural laws. But it's unfortunate, because even the natural resources you are killing for, even those resources, life, remember, it's not powered by that or by money, because you know human beings are part of the animals. They are clothing animals, and we have many animals created by God, even animals at the sea. And I'm telling you, creation is diverse, and creation is owned by one God, one guy, let me tell you. And the name will change. And those people you read, even Prophet Muhammad, people like Prophet Moses, who went with the black Jews, they were black. Remember, Old Testament is African, because I'm telling you, it's about induction. The black Jews who went to Mount Kĩrĩnyaga, they were inducted to spirituality, because the way they were living there, they were not having spirituality. That's why I even told you not to use Amen, because Amen is not used to pray, the real God, because it was part of the idolatry. Because those people are even praying the sun, but then you cannot pray those things because they are also created. I'm telling you, when we come to God, you cannot know unless you are inducted. The reason why, for me, I'm able to tell you to such the depth is because when I graduated, I got captured. I heard the voice of Mwenenyaga, the real God who dwells at Mount Kĩrĩnyaga. Even when I was in the university, I used to pray while facing that mountain without shoes. The reason why I was removing the shoes is to add the radiation. Because you know God's matter is moving radiation, pure radiation, let me tell you. And then you should always open your eyes to see the creation. Remember, even when you are not seeing the mountain is there. Because our creation is, It's not as physical, the way I'm telling you. God's matter are spiritual matters. And you should raise your hands. I was raising my hands when praying. When you raise your hands, you get the radiation of the Ark of the Covenant. Because the Ark of the Covenant is at Mount Kĩrĩnyaga in the fourth dimension. Now, when we come to the fourth dimension, no, it's not humanly. Because remember, people don't know creation well, but they continue sinning, defying God, but eventually you end up discovering you are carrying the negative energy of the things you did. Because you start with a positive algorithm, because people are having a pure body at the womb, a body which are pure, even when you are breastfeeding you are not sinning. But then when the shells, because bodies are shells, came to get know things, intelligence, and be able to know, now when the people become evil. But remember, you are there as energy. You are using that body, and you have the ability not to use that body wrongly, because you are given ability by God of doing a positive thing, negative thing, and a neutral. Let me tell you, for real. And you should not do negative. When you obey the law, that's when you benefit. And in Kenya, we need now to start embracing real spirituality, because that mountain will transform Kenya. Kenya will be a superpower this century. You will see. And Kenya is very, we have liturgical assets here in Kenya. We have a lot. Even Kenya, even Mwenenyaga is a shrine, and there will be moderation, let me tell you. And for me, I have told you even about the games, because communities were created differently, given different things. For Mount Kĩrĩnyaga, Agikuyu, Embu, and Amero are sharing Mount Kĩrĩnyaga. They are having even sharing the Ark of the Covenant, even it's a lot, even cultural. Let me tell you, when it was Britain who divided communities in Kenya, because communities in Kenya were very friendly. Let me tell you, they were working together, doing business. But then when the colonial people came, they used divide and rule and brought churches. That's why I've gone to court for churches to be criminalized, to be prohibited, because they are not helping you know God for real, or even know cosmology. And you need to now to start interacting with wisdom for you to know how to get the outer space radiation to touch you. And when the outer space radiation touches you, you will transform for real. And you have a lot of wisdom. You know a lot. You have your own gifts, because let me tell you, when we come to God, creation is about just about God. Let me tell you, there's no difference between the old days and between now and the future, because it is God who has done everything. Let me tell you, even creating people and giving them energy and the ability to do what they are doing. So I tell you, if you want to benefit from real spirituality, then you need to align with the Umperian Seat of Majesty. That mountain, the law of God of Mwenenyaga, is to help you, because Mwenenyaga gave you everything. Let me tell you. And life is not you when you sleep, you also have a shadow, because the soul is powering both the body and the shadow. What happens when you die? Now the soul leaves the body, but then it will be an identical body. At the time of death, you find yourself as a different universe, identical to the one you are. You can even see the earth. Let me tell you, you can even access the earth back. For you now, it's high. Let me tell you, because there is not even gravity for you. You are not at one place. There is no space. There is no aspect of time. So now human things are not affecting you, because now you have transformed, and it was a destination. When you live a good life, a good legacy, pure one, honestly, without faking, that means Mwenenyaga will award you, be an angel. Because I'm telling you, when it comes to God, God is the one who brought people. It is not people. So you not use people to know God, because God's matter are not humanly, and churches are having humanly things, even giving God a gender. There is no gender. So let me tell you, Jesus Christ was born through ordinary means, like the other kids, and it was rituals which transformed Jesus to be able to perform miracles. And there are qualifications for such rituals, even fasting for 40 days. For you to know more, I also recommend you to learn about the chief seer, about Sacerdotal College of Seers in Mount Kĩrĩnyaga, because there are psychic matters which are not public. You go to yamombi.com. It's a beautiful site which will help you even the US military follows this site, because people did not know how Gogi works. Because let me tell you, even in Kenya, Kenya is a sacrosanct country, because of that mountain. Even there are rituals to the flag. The black color at the flag is for Mwenenyaga, for God. And I'm telling you, the name will depend how God manifests. And I'm telling you, the context is what is mattering more, because God is the creator of all of the universe. And God, let me tell you, created everything, and not only about people. And I'm telling you, for me, I'm a direct contact. When I sleep, I don't get ordinary dreams. I find myself with Mwenenyaga. Let me tell you, I have been become. I'm not like what I was when I was. Let me tell you, some days back, because I got transformed in 2023 when Mwenenyaga implanted me Kĩgongona. I was tested with death for it, and the situation I was to determine my loyalty to Mwenenyaga. And when I passed the test, I made Mwenenyaga happy. I was implanted Kĩgongona, so I'll help you know the real God, and you will benefit a lot, even from the outer space radiation, and even wisdom, which is so necessary. And for you to see, even people who start coming to Kenya to pray at that mountain, because God created everyone and everything. It's not that only about people, and God is one. Even people like Prophet Muhammad came to Kenya, and Muhammad was with the family, and even Abu Bakr, the family was in Islam, limited for real. And even Moses and the black Jews were here. It is the Sinai being referred to the Bible, it is Mount Kĩrĩnyaga. It is just, but some people don't want you to know the real things, because even there are hidden things at the Vatican. That's why you see, for me, I have that pursuit. And I'm telling you for real, when we criminalize churches, and for me, I'm telling you, what matters is what you are doing with your body. So I'm telling you, don't sin anywhere, because you are with your body every time. So it's how you are living with what matters to God. All resources you are using are God-given, even the body, even everything. And eventually you discover it is not about the things, because even the things, they were just at one globe. But the things have made people turn evil. Even you can see the way children are suffering in Congo. It's unfortunate. And they are taking minerals from Africa and assuming Africa is poor, but we don't have poor countries, because all countries are at a globe. Everything is God-given. It is not out of human effort, but some people don't live according now to alignment of creation and purity, because they think they are might, and it's unfortunate. But this century, there will be cosmic elementary changes. There will be cosmic energy separation. And then people will discover the supremacy of divinity of Mwenenyaga. And divinity is also in living spirits. Everyone who died, they are there. Communities were created differently, given pure things, and they're also having a corresponding spirit realm where pure people and good people are going. The ones who are living evil life, they got us communicated, and you will pay, because you also will be having the energy. When you die, that's when you discover you did not even lie anything, or even the things you are doing, you are gaining the energy, because it's pure. How you see your body purely, because there are people even pretending they are doing humanitarian things, but they are killing people, even killing kids, which is so unfortunate. I'm telling you people now, let me tell you, discover the supremacy of Mwenenyaga. And it was prophesied, because I'm telling you, even everything is God-given. Some people even have made even nuclear, and nuclear is abominable. You should not even use nuclear even for electricity, because I'm telling you, the radioactive dust, the enriched uranium, when exposed, the environment will take 3,000 years to heal, and you cannot survive that long. And the soil will not help you, because you cannot plant anything, you cannot invest even in farming, because those radiation, they are so cancerous. Even in Russia, there were those explosions, it happened like that. Let me tell you, the Chernobyl, even Fukushima in Japan, and I'm telling you, people have been evil. Let me tell you, and it's unfortunate, because I don't know why even they are arming so much, because even you don't even calculate where you get the time of doing the evil you are applying on, because you also have even the new order examination program, and those dust have even they are at the sea. Their military don't know where to take the dust for it. But people don't know much about the nucleus in Africa. But I mean, now Africans will know. And for them, they are the soil they are allowed, and the Africa is being referred to as utopia, because even the US is planning also to occupy the Africa. That's why when you see the government using the seal of pyramid, and pyramid is not American heritage, it's African heritage. And those people who made the pyramid, they were using Gogi, because when you acquire Gogi, now you have made it in life, because Gogi is natural angels of creation. Araika Mũgwanja. They are 7. They were removed from the Bible for people not to know. The book of Enoch chapter 20. But now Mwenenyaga will restore. Thank you very much.